We are live coming here with a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I'm your host, Trevor. Tonight, we're joined by Alex. Alex, how you doing tonight?
Yo.
And that's the crew tonight. A little two-man crew, a two-man weed, back and forth. What else is new? The OGs, Trev, Alex here. We've been watching the show since basically Cutthroat, the OG Cutthroat. And here we are, episode 1 and 2 recap show. Alex, I'm excited for this podcast tonight. It's kind of funny. Andy's not here. I know he's still in denial that Anissa's not on the season, his favorite girl. So
yeah,
it looks like it's just me and you. But opening thoughts, I'm kind of fired up. F you.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, this is going to be a BMFE pod tonight. We're officially entering this new wave of watching the challenge, right? Where it's on Paramount. Of course, there was rumors of it being 2 episodes. Nobody really knew that until like 3 a.m. today, 4 a.m. today, when the episodes actually it just kind of happened. And so we audibled. That's why we're a little bit late tonight. But yeah, I think Andy is kind of just, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Like, we're here, we're doing it, we're powering through. Who knows where he is? Who knows if he's, watching Paw Patrol on Paramount Plus instead? Like, who knows? But yeah, we're here, if we're, even though it's different, and even though it's not a live, 8 o'clock kickoff, we still have 2 episodes to talk about. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot to break down tonight.
I do, but I think we got to hold Andy accountable. And I want to change this up a little for this year. We need to come up with something, Alex. We all know the big 3, me, you, Adam Meadows, are in a movie club. And if we don't finish, there's a punishment. And you do not want the punishment. It's scary. I think for not showing up to the pod, there's got to be a punishment. Like, it might be a 5-minute recap of something. Maybe like a Nisa Legends tour for 5 minutes. I'll kind of, give up on the screen and he can just speak for 5 straight minutes. I don't know. We got to come up with something.
Could we have it somehow tie into the 3 a.m. release of the episode?
Ooh, honestly, I don't hate him getting up at 3 a.m. and live tweeting at 3 a.m.
That's what I'm saying.
Ooh,
you have to somehow, let's say it drops at 3. You have to show Paramount at 2:55 and show that the episode isn't there, and then the episode comes there, and then you have to watch and you have to live tweet, and you just have to watch straight through the whole episode at 3, 4 in the morning.
He should honestly make a vlog. And if he needs help, he can ask Adam for help. He should just literally make a vlog of the entire experience. What's up, guys? It's Andy here. It's 2:55 in the morning. I'm excited. I love the challenge. Cuts the 304. Here we go. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever.
The gray team.
The gray team did this. I like that punishment. I kind of do. I think he should live tweet. We just got to know.
Yeah.
You miss an episode this season, you have to record a pod. Or not record a pod, just live tweet an entire episode.
Yeah. And then that night, you're on the pod.
Correct.
Yeah, with the rest of us.
It's kind of like, what's the fucking actor? I just saw this the other day. Oh, Mark Wahlberg. He wakes up at 2 a.m. to work out or whatever. Just a fucking lunatic. At least you get your day started with a little positivity. You're watching the challenge, get your day started. He might be in bed by 5 p.m., but it is what it is. So
and then I don't think Ted wakes up till 11.
Oh, come on. But I think that's what we should do. I'm all in for that. I think a nice little, you miss an episode, you have to record, you have to live tweet the next it should be the next episode or a episode. It's got to be the next episode.
I think the next one. Yeah, it's embracing the format of this season. It's embracing Paramount Plus.
Plus, that's how we know if you do live tweet during that time, we do know if you watched it or not.
Yeah.
It's like your reward to get back onto the show.
Yeah, I like that.
The redemption house. That's the one.
I like that.
I kind of hinted at. I enjoyed tonight's episodes. I don't know if it was because it was like kind of quicker to watch 2 episodes at one time. Maybe it was the classic, like I haven't seen the challenge in over a year. I'm just kind of, going from 6 o'clock to 12 o'clock. But like I had a great time tonight. Sue me.
I liked tonight. I liked episode 1 a lot more, if I'm being honest. But I mean, really, it all just blends together. We watched kind of 2 episodes back to back. There's things I liked about it. I like that we have a smaller cast. I like most of the cast. Like they're entertaining. It's a good mix of old people and I think some of the rookies are entertaining. I just like when they started explaining like the 12 steps of rules of the format and everything. I just totally checked out. Like, I don't know. There was at one point in episode 2 where I think Keanu was talking to Lete about like, if they do this, then I'll do like, I just like was totally not, I just wanted the days of OG Cutthroat where it's like 2 teams lost. You guys are voting for someone on your team. That's it.
It's a little more complicated with the captains and voting in it. And we'll get into that. But the one thing I'm nervous about with this format, are there enough people to do that? Because like realistically, like
no,
the blue team now, not to jump too far ahead, like you kind of know who's going in if they lose. Like it's kind of dumb. I mean, there has to be another, like what happens if blue gets are we gonna have another draft? Or like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, it's just like this format would have worked if we had a bigger cast, but I don't want a bigger cast. But like in the episode 1, we'll get into it, but it was Bananas and CT, and like those were the 2 options. Those were the 2 male options because they only started with 4, and one of them was the captain, so they're safe, and then the other one was already picked by the captain. Like it was just all over the place, and it's too small of a cast to support this many moving parts. And obviously the cast is just going to get smaller and smaller. So I don't know. It gives me vibes to your point of season 40 when Era 1 just got destroyed and they had to like move to like, everybody's like competing against each other. Like maybe that'll happen earlier than expected. But yeah, overall, I wish it would have been on MTV live. But I still enjoyed watching these 2 episodes.
Yeah. So let's dive into tonight's episode. In the chat tonight, we got Dabu. Welcome back. Mikey the Doctor. Who's this Ryan Burge guy? Never heard of him before. Must be a first time listener.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah. Mikey the Doctor. What else is new? Ryan McCord. Always great to have you as well. But glad to have you in the chat tonight, Ryan Burge. His first comment was, "Where's Andy tonight?" I don't know. I mean, I heard he's in the doghouse with DR. I don't know what's going on there. He might have just bought a house or something. I don't know. So let's dive in tonight's episode. First things first, we had them on top of the building, and it was kind of a race, which I kind of laughed about because it's like half of these people are like in running clothes, half of these people are just in like normal street clothes, and they're just like, I think Brad was wearing like cargo shorts, and stuff. Like out of control. I also got the Swift Key vibes of them being on top of the building. Always a classic. But what do we think about this first kind of like? It wasn't even like a challenge, but to like dictate the captains. We started off. We had all 24 cast members running down in a building. Top 8 people, first 8 people there, basically got placed into this other challenge, which we'll get into. But kind of this first part of running through the streets of Bangkok.
It was just way too like informal. Like the episode started and we just see 25 people just like running in the streets. And like, we've seen 20 seasons of the challenge, 30 seasons. Like we know, okay, this means, they're running to be the captains, right? But like it didn't actually like say that. Nobody ever like, I know they were showing confessionals, but nobody ever said like TJ said that, the top, like it was just kind of like we were thrown into the fire and everybody's running through the streets. And I don't know, I think this section, because like it was the running through the city, and then like there was the top 8 that went to the puzzle stage, and then they landed at 3. I think this whole section of the episode would have been perfect for a episode 0. Like a preview like that dropped, a couple days ago, and it kind of ends at like, all right, these are the 3 team captains, and then you can kind of like, for a couple days like think about who they're going to draft, and then you can maybe probably make like the rest of tonight into one episode. So I enjoyed it. It was just like too hectic.
Yeah, I was fine with it. I think the thing that I was like laughing about the most, did you see like the people kind of dictating like the lights? They're like, oh, go this direction and stuff. And they were kind of like, where did they go? I mean, were those interns, or were they just like, hey, ma'am, can you just hold this sign for like 20 seconds for me? Thank you. And grab the shot.
I think I caught some of them had the COVID masks on. Did you see that?
I think so.
2026.
Kind of scary.
And so Trev, let me ask you this: what would be what would have been the odds that you could have gotten for a preseason Annalie, Chris, and Justin trifecta for the top 3?
Well, as the gambling guy on this podcast, if you would have parlayed all 3 of those people, my guess, you would have had a better odds than IU winning the national championship before the start of last year. Like, I know you had that last year.
And Mendoza.
And Mendoza to win the Heisman. And I think, like, correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, the reason you're in a new place is because of that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Paid for the house. So, I mean, those 3, I mean, honestly, the smirkiest part is I think I only knew Justin out of it. I didn't watch Chris. I didn't watch the other season. What was it? Challenge USA from Chris. Even though everybody kind of said Chris was kind of like, I mean, he won Challenge USA, had 4 elimination wins, I believe. So he seems like he's a very good competitor. This was my first real watching him live kind of thing. Annalie, I was like, who the fuck is this chick? And winning too? I mean, kind of bananas. And not Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, just totally out of nowhere. But I mean, these things are like so random. Like the second part of that was like finding something hidden in the house, and we saw like Sydney, who I think finished first in the first part.
Let me go back. Sorry, I apologize. Sydney, Izzy, and Josh won the actual race. They were the first 3 people. And Annalie, she won the puzzle after that. I apologize for that. But Sydney winning the race, the first run, I mean, there's a reason I think me and you both had her number 1, and I think Andy had her 4. I mean, come on. Like,
I know, that's so Andy.
God. Izzy being second, though, in the run kind of surprised me. And then Josh being third for the guys, or third overall, also, I was like, who's this guy? But kind of talking about the next part of that, which Annalie, Chris, and Justin were the top 3 people. What do you think about the whole you're kind of running through the house, finding a puzzle box, and then bringing it back outside and then making a puzzle?
I mean, I didn't like it. Ooh. Like that's not I don't want that as a viewer to be my first introduction to the house. Of like, there's these 8 guys, they're and women, they're all physically fit, and they're running through the house trying to, fight for their like stake to be a cat. Like, that's not what I want. Where's like Tony and Johnny Riley and Nani like wandering into the house, with bottles in their hands, running to the beds. Like, that's what I want. That's what I miss. We don't really get that anymore. But that's how I want to be introduced to the house that we're going to be living in. Boogie Brown, thanks for joining.
I would almost wish they would go. I think the perfect format, like this whole setup. Boogie Brown, welcome back. Love to see you in the chat. What I love about when they enter the house, I think the perfect way they did it was like Rivals 3. Where Rivals 3, they kind of teased the whole jumping out of an airplane, and we didn't know the teams yet.
Yeah.
And then you go into, I think Bananas was the first person to arrive on the house. And I love that, where you kind of meet the people as they go. And then you still go to, let's say, this daily or whatever you want to call it to set up the teams. Like, I would almost wish they would have done that.
Yeah, they should have done that first and then gone to like a formalized, this is how we're going to pick team captains. You guys are going to do this like 20-minute obstacle course, and then that's it. Like, tell us.
The sad thing is they probably did actually do it the way we talked about, and it's just the editing of this, because there's no way they just showed up on top of a building, right?
No, right? No chance.
Smirk. So yeah. Then we go into the house for the first time, and we have one of the best moments of tonight. Bananas giving the toast about Nelly. I mean, that was just awesome.
There was a lot of there were things I liked about these two episodes, things I didn't like. This was probably, in my opinion, like the best executed for what it was piece of the episode. Like, if you were to ask us before the episode, like, you know, do you want to see the bananas toast? Obviously our answer would be yes, but like that has to be a question because we don't always get that anymore. And then the second part of that is like, all right, bananas gives a toast. Like, would you want to see anybody else kind of be involved in it? And, you know, most of the times it is bananas doing it solo, but I feel like there were a couple seasons that he wasn't on it where Nelson was the one giving the toast. I mean,
wait. Bananas wasn't on it?
I think that the infamous here he was Nelson. And so then it's like, all right, how can we like best pull this off? It's the two of them together. And it's basically bananas mainly leading the toast and being like, you know, we're so glad to have this guy back. Everybody's there. Everybody knows it's kind of coming. Bananas is doing the build up. He has the bottle of champagne. I think a callback to Invasion when Nelson broke the bottle. So a callback there. Nelson. I mean, look at that face. That's incredible.
I mean, that's incredible.
That was just like the best execution that I could have asked for in terms of the toast. So I'm glad that they pulled. This was an A+ in my book.
God, so funny. All right. So after the house kind of toast there, we kind of went into the draft. So we talked about the three captains. What did you think about the whole twist of the draft being like, I pick Alex's team. Like, I get a pick, and it's very snake. I kind of got, not going to lie, I know we joke about it a lot. I kind of did get lost in the snake.
Oh, I 100% did. Yeah. I applaud them for being able to still think of things that they haven't done before. Like, I always give them credit when they're able to do that. And when TJ first said it, I was like, wow, like that's an interesting twist. Didn't really see that coming. I don't think any of the cast genuinely did. But then it's like they start drafting, and it's like, I just wish it was a normal draft. Like, there's just too much to follow. People were, and even like with the small cast, it should have been easier to follow. And maybe part of that is like, if you're going to do a twist like this, I feel like it's better if TJ comes in the night before and tells them that's what it's going to be. And then everybody's kind of politicking the correct way that they should be. So yeah, I mean, I give them credit for creating this twist. But I just much would have rather had like a straight up draft.
Who was I'm looking at the sheet right now. Annalie, Chris, Justin. Did Chris technically have the first pick? Like he was his I guess his team was selected first. Adrian was the first pick.
Whose team is Adrian on?
It's on Chris's team. Like Chris's actual team being drafted. So not him picking for Justin's team.
Right. Anna Lee made the first selection, which was Adrian.
For Chris's team.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we think about that, of her being the first female? I thought, like, and this is where I was a little confused with some of the strategy, was like, if you're Anna Lee, like, why would you not pick, like Adrian's like a vet, like, went to a final last season. Like, why would you pick her? Like, wouldn't you want to pick the worst person?
That's the thing, is like, it was a blend. The whole draft was a blend of like picking bad people for the other team, but then also like, you know, they had the three captains had like the whispers on the side of like, you send me this person, I'll send you this. And it's like, just pick one or the other. Like, I don't know. It was just too on the spot. It was too trying to do too much at once. So yeah, I mean, that first pick didn't really make sense for me. I think it would have been much better if it was like, hey, you guys are picking each other's teams, and then like people have, you know, a day to actually like think about like, how can I make your team as bad as possible? Like, here's the who I think is the worst person. I'm going to send them to your team instead of all these just like on the spot decisions, like on the spot deals and swaps. Like it just was all over the place.
Yeah. So let's talk about the blue team real quick. So we have Annalie, we have Cedric, Riley, Macon Liete. The higher level guys will understand that one. Brad, Nelson, Josh, and Cara Maria. Opening thoughts about the blue team.
I mean, is this the official Island of Misfit Toys team?
Oh yes, this
we,
is
we,
just a clusterfuck.
We kind of have the hindsight, right, of knowing that two of these people have already gone home, but just like a weird combination because you have people like Cara and Brad who are really old, and then you have Nelson who has one leg. You have 4 rookies, right? Half the team is rookies.
Yeah.
So it's just now that we know this, obviously, but like it's not surprising that this team was bad. They have no leader. They have no direction. Like Cara on paper should be your leader, and we saw how she did tonight. So it's just like a team with a lot of number 2s and number 3s.
Yeah, it's just like this is just a bad team and not the bad in a good way. Like I do not like this team at all. Oof.
I mean, it's like
compared to these other two.
Yeah, I don't even know like what the recipe would be for them winning a daily. I guess at this point it's probably something that favors having less people because we do see that from time to time. If you have less people, that can be helpful. And now they're 2 down, so maybe. But like on paper, there's nothing really that I would pick this team over any of the other teams in.
Yeah, looking at the gray team now, Chris was the captain. Adrian, Sydney, Nerese, Corey, Cassidy, Keanu Reeves, and Leo. Thoughts on that team?
This is just like the athletic team, the good team, the scrappy team. You have, Corey and Leo, I feel like are very similar. They're kind of like the cool guys, athletic. And then you have Chris and Keanu, who are both like rookies, obviously, but both like athletic. They're very like energetic. We saw both of them get screen time tonight. And then you have Sydney, Adrian, who are kind of like the rookie females of the year last year. Nerese has had like a really good kind of first few seasons under her belt. And then Cassidy, who I'm not really sure who that is. But just like overall, like 8 like pretty good, like athletic people who, maybe as I'm looking at it, like they don't have a ton of like experience. Like they don't have any like true vets aside from Corey. So I wonder like who, as things go on, like who is their leader going to be? Is it Corey because he's done the most? Is it Chris because he was kind of talking a lot? Like is it Sydney because that's just her personality? Like I think eventually there's a lot of strong like I want to be the leader type personalities on here, and so we'll see how that clashes. But I mean, so far 2 for 2.
I think this team is very. If they just had like more of a freak, they're very San Antonio Spurs.
Ooh,
The new team on the block, like very young, running gun kind of team. They obviously like. I was trying to compare it to like who would be the Wemby. Would Sydney be the Wemby? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. And then let's talk about this last team real quick. The Orange Squad. Justin being the team captain, which if you listen to us over the past couple of years, Justin is high on our list. Our insider, DR, was the first one to scoop that. So props to her. Justin being the captain, Deb, Will, Bananas, Michelle, Tori, Izzy, and CT. Where do we want to go with this team? Because on paper, this team is just like if you were to say anything about the challenge, this team is the challenge. The history of this team.
I mean, this team like by far has the best just name recognition of like people we know, people that we've seen before. I mean, of the 8 people, they have 1 rookie. I think that's by far the least of like all the other teams. They have 1 rookie. They have, the 2 biggest faces in the history of this show. And then you have Michelle and Tori. Like they've both done a ton of seasons. Obviously, Tori's won. Even like Justin and Will, who are your young guys, like were both on last season, both made it really far last season. So we had a lot of exposure to them. And I think on paper, this team should win some dailies. They've already won a couple of eliminations. They're definitely not CT still looks bad. Bananas is older, obviously. We'll see how this team plays out, but they're not like Apex Mountain individually, but just as a team, this is by far the best, people that we know team.
If this team can stick together and keep their egos out of the way, this is the best team by far. It's not even close. The amount of experience, and when it gets down, if this team can stick together, I just don't know how this team loses. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see who from this team goes home first. And even the younger people, like Justin's in really good shape, so is Will. There's a lot of endurance on this team. And on one hand, it's almost as they were doing the draft, I almost wish that Bananas and CT were on separate teams, so that each team could kind of have this old, veteran statesman on their squad. But then it's you put CT and Bananas and you start wondering is that going to be entertaining? And then we saw instantly yes, these two still really don't like each other. And it's just a mess with all the females in there. I think this is just the most entertaining team. I don't know if I'm rooting for them yet, but definitely just fun to watch.
I think ranking these teams, if you were to say right now, all 7 or all 8 of these people were to run a final against each other, Orange team is either getting first or third. They're not getting second, because they're either going to win or they're just going to collapse together. They'll just turn on each other. I don't think there's a middle, which is funny because they finished second tonight on the opening challenge, but finished third, which we'll get into because that second daily was kind of bullshit. But we'll get into that.
We'll get into that. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's smaller teams than OG Cutthroat. There's only 8 people on each team, and so everything's going very fast. But yeah, there's 3 distinct teams, I feel like.
Wait. I just got word that we're bringing in somebody from the Redemption House right now. What is this? There he is.
Let's go. I somehow made it. I've been running on no Wi-Fi and 1 bar. I'm literally upstairs as I've been just walking around testing where I get the best cell service in my house, and I'm barely making it through. Can you even hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, good.
God, is the Redemption House really that bad?
Well, that's what sucks. I can't even watch HBO Max.
Oh, come on, Kenny.
Waiting for White Lotus.
So wait, did you even watch tonight's episodes?
Yes, I just finished.
God, it's 10:24 Eastern.
I know, 9:24 Central.
Oh, come on. So,
all right.
Do you want kind of a 1-minute opening thoughts?
Up to you. Where are you guys at? Because I want to come in and ride your wave.
So we basically just went through all 3 teams. We just got to the draft part of the EP1, and then we just went through every single team. We kind of said blue team is kind of a shit show, probably the worst. The gray team, my comparison was very San Antonio Spurs-esque, very new kids on the block, young gun. I don't know if they really have a Wemby on their team. Maybe it's Sydney because she's bad, but I don't know. Orange on paper is the definition of the challenge. How the fuck do you get Tori, Michelle, Bananas, and CT all on the same team?
Oh, I thought you were going to say the 76ers.
Oh, no, I wasn't there yet. Okay. They're like the Indiana Pacers.
Or are they easy? We don't have a CT on that team.
Oh, come on.
Miles Turner. Maybe James Johnson.
Miles Turner.
Maybe I think the Orange team is kind of like Bill Simmons' ideal Expendables team. Is that what it was? Golden State, where if LeBron went to Golden State and Steph, and they got Anthony Davis, and they just got the band back together.
There we go.
That doesn't
All right.
sound like him.
So what did you guys? So blue is below me on the totem pole.
We said the Island of Misfit Toys.
Love it.
We think gray and orange are very close with the like gray's kind of that new crop on the block. Obviously, orange is the vets, have the most titles, have the most like well known, but like gray's a workhorse.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So why don't we slide into the first daily?
Yeah, let me just say something real quick with Andy because he just joined. He kind of missed our first part of the pod, which we kind of said some things, said a lot of stuff about him not being on. We as a group have decided if you do miss an episode on the pod, you're on. So you're good. You made it. But if you do miss an episode on the pod this season, you have to wake up at 3 a.m. and you have to live tweet that episode.
I'm so out.
What do you mean?
There's 0% chance. Aside from the
Okay, well, that was Andy for the entire season. So, Alex, where were we at the daily?
All right, let's get back into some BMFE segments.
All right, let's talk about the daily. Wasn't the name of this daily like right this way instead of right this way? Kind of smirky.
So stupid.
So what do we think? We have obviously 3 teams. 2 of them are kind of yanking these ropes while one person's trying to run across. It kind of gave me vibes. What was that show on? I know Andy will know this. It was like, I think it was on like Spike TV. It was like the
MXC.
Yes. It kind of gave me vibes of that.
God, that show is good.
It sounds good.
Audio dubbed over.
It gave me vibes of I think it was Rivals 2 daily, where you had different partners that were on the side and they could like, or other teams on the side, and they would like basically like unclip themselves and like start swinging at each other. But this was just like, I thought it was just like a worse version of that. Like it was just like, I mean, out of the entire cast, I think the score is 4-2. And basically the first 2 people were freebies because they were in the first 10 seconds. And so like of the entire cast, there was 2 people that got across. Like that's not really that fun to watch. And I think this type of thing is much better suited in like a Rivals 2 format where you have things like, you know, we're going to let this team go. Like there was a lot of that. I feel like back in that daily where this is just like they're pulling the thing the whole time. Like wasn't that entertaining.
What was the challenge where they were above? This doesn't sound like any challenge where they were up in the air in the building and they were throwing kind of these like dodgeballs at people. They were like, I just remember. Oh my God, who was it? I think Bananas just turns and someone's standing and just hits somebody in the back of the head.
Isn't that X's 2?
I think it was X's 2. Like
I think it was X's 2.
I wish it would have been something like that, kind of like last person standing. Like, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it either, Alex. Andy, let me go this route with you. Over under 4 feet if Anissa did this. Like, would she have landed in the water or would she have fell before that?
Well, they would have had to have gotten a different bridge. Well, I don't know why you're thinking she would have made it far. I'm more concerned about the bridge not snapping in half.
Unbelievable.
Maybe like a concrete bridge, but then you bring in a whole bunch of other injuries.
Oh my God. Good to have Andy back. So did you like it, Andy?
I did. I think maybe because, I mean, we're right. It was too hard. I think maybe if they would have just like widened the bridges by like another 2 feet, maybe even 3, I think it would have been a little more, it would have been a little more entertaining.
Oh, that was good, Mikey. That made me smirk. So great team picks up the win. They finished with 4 people across. Orange had 2, blue had 2. So how did we do a tiebreaker for that? How did we? Oh, it was who got across faster, and it was the orange team who went across faster. So your first place was gray, your second place was orange, third place blue. So in the scenario of this whole game now, it looks like you finish in first place, you're good to go. If you're in second place, which I actually think second place is worse than third place. In second place, you're basically your captains are saved, but they're voting in one person automatically, and then their team is voting for the other person. So in this scenario, Orange voted in Will, or their captains voted in Will, and then it basically became down. And this is why, and Andy, one thing we talked about that we're not a huge fan of this season, this format with all these twists and everything like that, the teams are too small, where essentially right now, Will gets thrown in or whatever, voted in. Now it's just down to Bananas and CT. So only one of your guys is going to be like safe or whatever. I'm not a huge fan of, because what happens if you have 2 guys eliminated? Let's just say Bananas went home and Will went home. Okay. So Justin's your captain and CT. Is CT automatically going in if you finish in second place? Because there's nobody to vote.
Yeah, I think you would have to be, but
because then the captains would be that important.
Are they going to change the entire game before we get to that point? What did we think of once we got to Orange, and they basically framed it up as like, the captains are going to nominate Will, basically because they know that they're not going to pick Will, and then that left CT and Bananas. And they all kind of said, we're going to do the stalemate. They did the stalemate 3-3. And then what you guys think of CT kind of just like bitching and complaining about it? The odds are in your favor, blah, blah, blah. And then Bananas was like pissed. He was like, shut the fuck up. Like, the Boston mumble jackass or something like that. And then ultimately led to Michelle picking Bananas anyway. And CT, as they were walking away, was like, come on. And he was just like, shut the fuck up. Like, what did you think about that whole stretch?
A couple things on that statement. One, your mumbo jumbo asshole comment that he said. I am so happy we're allowed to hear explicit stuff this season. It makes it so much better. Like, not to jump too far ahead, the amount of F-bombs dropped in the second episode tonight was great. I was excited.
It was awesome.
Like, why couldn't that be on MTV? Like, who cares? Just put a little, like, warning, the following content. I mean, they do it for Deer Deck for, what's it called? Ridiculousness.
Is Deer Deck dropping F-bombs?
No, I don't think he is. But, like, you could put a warning, similar to, like, what McAfee does on his show on ESPN. Like, you just put, like, a little warning thing. Like, you can cuss. Go ahead.
Yeah, CT was being a little bitch. He kept doing the, like, it's in your favor. And Bananas like, it's literally 50-50. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
He that was very annoying, especially as he's just sitting back, laying there all fat, just wishing he had a donut, talking about fair. Whereas Bananas still has a 6-pack in his 40s.
I didn't even understand CT's logic about, like, if we get to a tiebreaker, then basically, like, you will have a better chance. Like, I could get if he was saying that if, like, the other teams were, like, Leroy and Nani or, like, Tone, like people like that. But, like, Bananas is not really well liked anymore, and that's part of the reason why Michelle sent him in. Like, that's a perfect example of it. And so I just didn't even understand his point. And I was just like, yeah, I was feeling the same exact frustration that Bananas was expressing back.
I will say I'm a little disappointed in Tej with giving the decision to Michelle. Why didn't we have the coin?
From last season?
It is. Him flipping the coin and then the camera shot in the pool. Oh, I mean, that was just so good.
He clearly just can't see anything in there.
No. Like, they could have filmed that 10 minutes before. Like, it makes no sense.
Heads.
Exactly. It was a double-sided coin.
Dark Knight.
So Bananas gets tossed in. So Bananas and Will are voted in from the orange team. And then now the gray team, so in this scenario was Sydney and Chris basically got to vote in a blue player, which the blue player voted in was Cedric straight out. And then it was basically Bananas or Will, and they obviously had the game plan where they were going to save Will, so Bananas went in. So episode 1, we have Johnny fucking Bananas going in against Cedric. This elimination, pretty basic one. I don't think we've ever talked about this before. This was such a Mario Party mini game. Like literally, this is the one where you're trying to what is it? Where you do like the little double tap A and you try to hit the color over and you're just jumping to beat the other person. It's essentially what it was.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like we've seen variations of this before, but definitely not something exactly like this where there's, how many would you say there was? Probably like 30 little pegs in the stand. I think Bananas at one point said CT thought they were French fries. But yeah, I mean, Bananas versus Cedric, like two notable names going right at it. And Bananas just sent his ass home.
Yeah, I just cannot. And TJ made like a little joke about it. Bananas is 20 years older than this kid.
But he's Bananas. He's Bananas. He wasn't going home the first episode. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Especially now that he's got a little, let's just say, extra motivation for this season by way of Miss Indiana. He's sticking around until that happens.
Yeah, but like, you think that motivation when he met Alex, Miss Indiana, was such like a big thing before going on the season?
It might have been. Alex being Miss Indiana, everyone knows that.
Well, yeah, Alex met him in January. It was
Miami. Yeah.
When do you think Banana slid into Macon Liete's DMs?
Come on. That was good.
So
I was a little nervous on this one, though. It gave me vibes of the lights out bullshit with
Pauly? Was it Pauly?
No, Devin.
Devin, sorry. Classic mix up with those two guys. Don't you kind of have that haircut?
But Cedric just looked awful. He just wasn't even pressing. He was going around with just his right hand, and half the times he wasn't even pressing it.
God. Bananas had such a good strategy, too. As soon as he caught him, he was just a hawk and just followed him, and it was game over.
I mean, This is just like a perfect elimination of athleticism and endurance versus just experience and doing things right and being very precise with it. Cedric is has good endurance. He ran a final last year. He's a good competitor, but he was in a situation where he was just trying to do it as quickly as possible. He was doing it with one hand, missing the button several times. Whereas you have somebody like Bananas who's, almost 50 years old and, not in the shape he was, probably not in as just on paper as good a shape as Cedric, but he's I know how to do this thing right. I know it's all about getting it right on every single button push, using both of my hands, and just being very deliberate with every single movement I do, compared to Cedric, who's just kind of relying on his cardio and his speed and all of that. And ultimately, over the course of 5 minutes, the experience is just going to win out.
What'd you think about Cedric crying at the end?
Totally unexpected.
It made me think of my Sir the prop that we didn't do.
Yeah. I was not expecting that. I was thinking of the prop as well. Also, I laughed out loud earlier in the episode when Michelle picked Bananas. In the very next audio that you heard, it wasn't a confessional, but it was the camera guy kind of following people around the house. The very next audio you heard was just Michelle crying as she's in the closet talking about how this decision is going to impact her game. And it was just the funniest cut. Because she's all right, I picked Bananas. Everybody walks away. Everybody's all pissed. And then you instantly just hear her crying in the closet. box. It's just like automatic.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That Stir the Prop would have been hot right now.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you heard, sticking with Stir the Props, Corey's kids, there was a chalk on, I think twice tonight. I think Nelly made a comment and a confessional, and then Corey talking about it. It was the tail end of a conversation where he's like, he was just so quiet too. It was like they were basically like cutting away, which was pretty funny.
There was one in each episode I had noted down.
Yeah. So great to see.
Which
great to see.
maybe another one coming. ...
Oh, another kid? Is he?
Is he?
Bang.
All right, should we get to episode 2?
Please.
So episode 2, we kind of just again, we're kind of just watching the episodes back to back now. For some reason, we didn't have to wait a week for this. They did 2 episodes at once. The daily for episode 2 was the big. We're on top of the building. You know, it's dark, all of that, and it was basically like a trivia, like about your own team. And they took like one person, hid them in a box. They were answering questions, and then 3 other people, based on the answers to that question, had to kind of do it. Like, what'd you guys think about this one? I, on paper, liked the concept of like, you hear answers and you have to like kind of figure out which of your teammates it is based on how well you knew them. I just thought like, I don't know if it was just editing, or I don't think it was executed that well. Like, again, it goes back to the smaller teams. Like there's a blue team, for instance, like started with 7 people. You're in the box, so that only leaves you like 6 people left to even guess from. And it's like pretty easy. Like they kind of sped through some of them at the end. Like, I just like, I liked the idea of it. I don't know if they executed it as well as they could have.
I agree. And that's, you're right about the small teams. I hope the small teams is something we are fond of in maybe 2 months. As long as like they don't like stretch this to 22, 23 episode season for no reason. So hopefully that's like the sweet spot. Like we benefit from that later on. But challenges like this, it's like, okay, you're a 50-50 chance, as long as you're listening, 50-50 chance at worst. If not like, oh yeah, I know exactly who that is.
So one thing I want to bring up with this daily, which I'm just not a fan of at all, is how Orange got disqualified for cheating or whatever you want to call it. They basically, and I thought that was smart, them coming up with a strategy, knowing, I think the first one was like, if it's a guy or girl, then if it was like a vet or rookie, and then something else. I forget how they determined the last one. My question for you guys, why is it okay to cheat during an elimination, but you can't cheat during a daily? Literally tonight's elimination, perfect example in episode 2, where they're shouting, go 1-4, go 2-3. Like, how is that any different?
I don't know. I mean, they said you have to answer truthfully as part of it. So I noticed that right away when it cut to Orange in their little strategy. I was telling my insider, like, that's not going to fly. And then they ended up like keep playing out until gray team wins. And I was like, see, if TJ says something like that, he's not just going to sweep it under the rug.
I need to go VAR. When that was said, when TJ was like, hey, you have to answer truthfully, was that said, like, did you see his lips actually moving, or was it one of the
no. It definitely sounded like it was dubbed over.
I'm just saying. Was it said?
Dude, TJ.
I forget. I wasn't paying attention during that part, but
I just wish, like, for the whole CT, like, because CT was the one who ended up being in the box, and I think like the main question they kept going back to was like, are you good at, or do people think you're good at math? And I'm sure editing, there's probably more, but like that is the one that all the cast members kept going back to. I just wish the cheating example would have been more like black and white. Like, can you imagine if the question was like, if CT's in the box and it's like, have you won more than 2 finals? And CT says like no, because it's part of their code or something. And then afterwards, TJ's like, CT, didn't you win Invasion? And CT's like, sure. And he's like, didn't you win Rivals 2? And he's like, sure. And he just like keeps asking him about all these wins. Like, that would have been much more. That would have been much funnier of a moment than like a subjective question about math. And so like it didn't really hit, didn't really land that way. And it kind of just like that combined with Blue Team with all their breathing and like Kara freaking out, just like took all the air out of this challenge. Like it could have been a lot better just if like all 3 teams would have done it and not coughed and not DQ'd, and like it just like there's a much better way of pulling this off. And that not all of that's the producers, because some of that is the teams and what they did. But it just like made it not as interesting.
Well, in the CT part, one, having subjective questions like this is so stupid, because it's like, what if the person in the box thinks they're good at math? Like, okay. But aside from that, their like smoking gun once they said they cheated was just, CT, you're not bad at math. Why could they not have said, all of you idiots are mic'd up. We have cameras everywhere. We saw your little huddle. Like, why did they not just say that?
I agree.
That's such a great point.
The thing is, to Alex's point earlier, I wish we would have had a better, like I wish Bananas was in the box, and like one of the questions was, have you done more than 3 flagship seasons? And Bananas is like, no.
Yeah, it's just a blatant lie. Yeah, that would have been so much better.
God.
Because then if that happens, you know that like other people on the sidelines are gonna like clock it instantly and be like, wait a minute, what is going on? Like, yeah. I don't know. Like it was just it was not as interesting. And let me ask you guys this. Do you think, does this daily count as our trivia?
I hope not.
I feel like the word trivia was said at least once tonight. I can't remember who exactly said it, or if it was TJ or what. But I hope to God this does not count as our trivia. I always like when they do stuff where it's like asking questions about what other people think and do you know your teammate, but this better not be our trivia.
I think it might be, honestly.
I disagree.
Ooh.
You know me. I always like to disagree on things and kind of see things from the other side of the house. I think if this was trivia, it's too early. They always like to slow play the real trivia.
Trivia?
Yes.
Speaking
of which,
the one thing I do want to say, this obviously does not count for my Stir the Prop. There was a South Park reference in tonight's episode naming the characters. Obviously that just for the viewers back home, that does not count as a true, like, plus South Park, not, I guess there is a South Park movie, but more strategically, not a like Top Gun Maverick-esque challenge or anything like that, which I don't know. Did you guys watch the super trailer and kind of see one?
Yeah.
That was such a missed opportunity by me. I completely forgot they just did that deal.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Do we count that?
No, I think I said movies. That's not a movie.
But what if you watch it and it's just a movie?
Well, I literally watched the UFC fight in the movie theaters at AMC.
So
VAR?
We'll see how much they overtake that episode.
God. I mean, over, under.
If we get a video in from one of the UFC people, I think we have to count it.
Dana White, there's 100% chance we'll get a video from Dana White. 100% chance.
Then it's got to go on the Stir the Prop.
It's not a movie. All right. Moving forward, I'm looking at the cheat sheet. We just kind of stop here.
So look, this is where I just don't know who's a captain, who's doing what. So let's try to walk through this together. So gray team wins again.
Yep.
Right. They do the face-off, they do the one-on-one, and Kara wins, correct? So that means orange team is last. And so orange team, we'll get to them later because they don't have any decisions to make, right?
Yep.
Blue team is second, and they have 4 girls to choose from, but one of them is a captain, right?
Yep. So can I take over?
Yeah.
So your winners were Adrian, and Keanu. So they got the second pick. Kara was the one who voted in somebody. They voted in Riley. That's who they nominated, the blonde chick. And then it basically came down to a vote, and it was Anna Lee who was voted in by the actual team. So your 2 people were Anna Lee and Riley representing the blue squad. And then Adrian and Keanu Reeves, they basically voted in Deb from the orange team for the elimination.
Yeah, and this is like where it's already for the blue team in their voting process. The final vote when they picked Anna Lee, right? You said was 3-2, and that's the group vote was 3-2, and one of each side of that is like obviously the 2 girls themselves. So like it's really a 2-1 vote. It's 3 people deciding like something very important on episode 2. Like that's where it's just like the small teams like isn't just gonna. It's not gonna support this format. It just should just be the OG Cutthroat. Everybody votes somebody that works with a lot of people, that works with not that many people. Like that, I saw that as they were doing it, and it's like they're already down to 5 votes, and 2 of them are part of it, so it's really 3 votes. Like we're already to that point for a small team like this.
Do we think that's going to stay, or do you think they'll have to? I think they have to change it, but will they change it?
They have to change it.
They have to change it like next week.
Smirk. Are we getting an episode next week? I can see the challenge just being like, we pumped out 2. Let's just take a 2-week vacation. We've done more work. We've done more work in a week than we've done in 360. I mean, I'm sorry. I've been very good tonight. I've been very solid. Their fucking Twitter has been a joke. A fucking joke.
What do you mean they're tweeting again?
That's what I'm saying. Their intern just came out of left field. They tweeted. I did the math. I went on Twitter. This is the quickest tweet that they've done, back-to-back tweets. It was in a 10-minute span. I went all the way back, and it was 2016. 2016. 10 years. Who's paying for this shit?
You went back on all of their tweets for a decade?
Yes. I wanted to see in the time frame how close they were. And you can tell because you can see how different the tweets are. The closest in a 10-minute span was in 2016.
Wait, but didn't they as recently as like 2018? No, they used to like live tweet the episodes.
In a 10-minute span? I don't know.
I mean, but no, to your point, I still get the challenge Twitter notifications, which like I rarely get anymore over the past 5 years. But like in the past 3 days, it's just like a notification. They're not like going crazy, but like there's definitely like somebody in some department nudged somebody else and said like promote your fucking show. And like they're clearly.
I just want to say how bad this is. They had a tweet 4 hours ago today, 7 hours ago today, 12 hours ago today, 13 hours a day. So they've done in one day, in the last 24 hours, they've done 4 tweets, right? Take away today. They've done 1 day, 2 days, 2 days. Okay. So what did I say? 1 day, 2 day, 2 day. 4 tweets. You know, after the 4th tweet, what that is? December 3rd, 2025. Dude, literally, look at this gap. December 3rd, I know it's in reverse. And then the next tweet is 2 days ago.
They're working hard now.
Trev, do you know who runs their Twitter account? You seem like you have a personal vendetta against whoever's running that account.
Well, I know they just got rid of their new summer interns or just got in or whatever. Like,
well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe all the interns are going back to school And now they're like, all right, we got to get someone back on this actually full
They're
time.
big. They're big. Yeah, this was their last week before they went back to college or whatever. This was their final project. Was each of them got one tweet in a 13-hour span, and now they're done. We'll never see it again. Honestly, at what point do you just give the keys over to us, or give the keys over to somebody who is willing to put in the effort? Like, they talk about trying to grow the show. How the fuck do they expect to grow the show if they can't even tweet about it? Like, that is the bare bone minimum thing to grow something is on Twitter, and you can't even fucking do that.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's a cutthroat game.
Sorry.
So
where were we?
So Dabu writes, so who the mercenaries are sponsored by UFC? Low key, if Conor McGregor just walked in, I would smirk.
He walks in doing his walk, and then Turbo comes in as a mercenary, and then they just fight.
You copy my wall? You copy my wall? All right. I think we're at the elimination.
let's do it. So it's
Trev, is there anything in that bottle? I think Trev just took a sip of an empty bottle.
I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. God.
Oh, we got that on video.
I had nothing.
All right.
Just spilled everywhere. It's the fucking Nile River over here now. All right, elimination.
So we have Riley versus Deb. Real clash of the Titans. Doing this like big like exercise ball, move the thing around. It's kind of puzzly. It's also endurance-y. What'd you guys think of this elimination? On paper, I always like things where it's a combination of like use your brain a little bit and like you have to be in good shape. But then the downsides are also the cheating, the crowd helping, and just the two people that were going in tonight. I didn't really care about either one of them. And so this was kind of pretty close to like Anchorman P break for me.
I mean, I know you're a big puzzle guy, so I thought you would like it a little more. I thought it was fine. I thought it was just a fine elimination, nothing too crazy. Obviously, I think we would all prefer like a headbanger or like a physical elimination. But I mean, if I did this elimination, I would be so out of breath. Like, holy shit. The amount of running you have to do for that sucks. The one thing I would have done, and I would be curious of how long this actually took, I might have just thrown every single exercise ball on the ground and just started picking them up. And then you're just going in order. So you can choose however you want to do it. I don't know how long this actually took.
That strikes me as against the rules, but when you let the whole crowd chime in, I'm just out. Those are my least favorite eliminations where they're just pawns and somehow, some way, the audience is like telling them exactly what to do. I hate that.
Yeah.
And then somehow it was Kara's fault too, which it might have been. And then it becomes stupid because it's like, all right, so Riley loses because Kara screwed up. What are we doing?
Yeah, and people are getting mad at Kara when she was obviously like trying to genuinely help, but she just maybe didn't, she made a mistake not telling her to go this one. And like we as viewers just kind of like have to take everybody's word for everything because we can't really tell. It was just, and then like, what was the deal with the black sabotage ball? Like, I feel like they tried to make that a much bigger deal than it was. Each person kind of used it and you just kind of throw it away. And it's just, that's it. Like, I don't know.
It was weak. This is why I think they need to go back. And I know the audience is good for some eliminations, like when you're bringing back a mercenary or a headbanger. I really do like fresh meat where you're like, nobody watches you. You can, and obviously it's a little different when you're in a team setting because you can tell people what the elimination is. But if it's like, if you don't tell people, like I kind of fuck with that.
The van pulls up.
Yes.
Who's coming out? Who's coming out?
Yes.
That was the best.
God. Getting the text from the T-Mobile sidekick.
We have a clue from TJ.
We just got a letter. We just gotta win. When's the Blues Clues? You're not on Blues Clues with George yet?
I think he's going to watch Blue's
Uncle
Clues.
Andy? They're pulling up Blues Clues. I think it's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, come on. We have Blue running across the screen for one of them.
Isn't like Salt and Pep? What's Mr. It's like Paprika's their kid. Oh no! Oh, did we lose Andy? Uh-oh, we lost Andy. Oh no, robot, you're not there,
What?
Andy. Oh God, no, I'm serious. I'm not fucking with you.
Yes.
We can't see you. Oh, you're better. You're better. There you are. There you are.
Good?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Mikey the
right.
Doctor writes, we skipped over the Brad and Nelly T fight after the whole this is when they were on top of the building. Brad's such a fucking loser.
He sucks.
I mean,
He
Nelly
sucks.
T did kind of blow up. What going back to the whole Nelly T thing, I was low-key surprised they brought up, and this was in the first episode, the DWI. Like they
highlighted it.
They like highlight. Yeah, exactly. They literally brought that up and was like, hey, like I fucking kind of crazy. Like he basically said, like, I fucked up. I'll never want to drink. Like, I have to live with my mistakes, and I'm trying to teach people like you shouldn't, drink and drive and do all that. Well, no shit. But like, I don't know, man. I was surprised by that. And then the whole Brad and Nelly T fight. I mean, Brad, I don't even know. Brad's on the season.
Brad just like, I don't know. He just annoys me. He annoys me so much. And then when he comes at Nelly T, and Nelly T was just on fire tonight when, like, with the toast and him dropping the bottle. And he said something else tonight that was just smirk. He said,
I had this handy. God,
Trev, this is not good.
What?
We might need to start a GoFundMe so Andy can actually get Wi-Fi in his new place. Oh, there he goes. He's gone. Yeah. All right. Well,
so two real quick thoughts, Trev.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
All right. Well, yeah. Hello,
Andy.
Can you guys hear me?
There you go. Okay, we got you. Jesus Christ.
All right. I two real quick thoughts from me on this. I mean, for one, I don't know if I hate Brad as much as you guys do, just from the standpoint of like he entertains me how much he cares about this shit at like 45 years old. And like every confessional, he's like, in a way, he's similar to Nelly because this like means everything to him. But like he's also seems like a more stable, normal guy than Nelly, so it makes it like funnier because he cares. I mean, he's just like the classic like peaked in high school guy is like Brad. And that's like kind of what his whole persona is. And then my other thing, I wonder if there's some sort of symmetry here with Paramount. Now we're on Paramount Plus, CBS, isn't that Romo? Maybe Romo was behind some of this like advocating, about the owning up to your mistakes. I think there might be some tie-in there.
Was Romo really trying to promote the challenge before the challenge was just trying to promote itself? Some are asking the question.
I don't know, Jim.
Come on.
God. But to put a bow on tonight's 2 episodes, Deb won the elimination, if we want to actually say. And then kind of the last little thing, Bananas, Macon Liete, explain?
Yeah. I mean, he saw that Indiana just breeds champions firsthand, and then he was like, oh, this is Miss Indiana. Okay. So if I have a kid with her, then I'll be able to have a reason to come back for bloodlines when I'm 65.
Wait, I can't believe I'm saying this. Andy, you saw him the week of the national championship game,
Yeah.
and you told him you were there supporting IU, Indiana football.
Yes. And
Did
he
you
said
plant the
he's from.
idea of finding an Indiana person to bananas? I'm just saying.
I think I did. He was talking about him being a Penn State fan and how he's rooting for the Big Ten and all that, and just like I think I kind of planted the seeds for him to plant the seed.
Where did is Macon Liede from Brazil, Indiana, or where in Indiana?
Oh God.
Can somebody
Can I rattle off the Nelly T quote that I was starting before my cell hotspot started acting up?
Yes.
Did you guys pick up on what I was going for?
No, have no idea.
Oh my God, I think this was my highlight of the night. Let me see if I can nail the order. Okay. Chris, who do you want? I'll take Keanu. Justin, who do you want? I'll take who was Blues captain for episode 2?
Blues captain?
Yeah.
Justin's on orange.
Yeah.
Justin picks CT, I think.
You're saying
That's
the line,
right. Okay. So Chris, I'll take Will. Justin, I'll take CT. Nelly, I'll go Kara. And then it was just crickets, and everyone was just like,
He's so good.
he picked third. He didn't pick first. He just heard the rules, saw 2 other teams do it, and then says, I'll go Kara.
There we go.
Oh.
All right, let's get into some segments tonight. Radar Watch, welcome back. What do we got?
This is going to be a tough season for Radar Watch. It might not last as long into the season as usual, just because there's less people, and usually we cut it off when basically everybody's getting screen time. And so this is going to be for any new listeners, for anybody who's flying under the radar at this point in the season. So, and I think let's just do all of these awards for 2 episodes combined. We'll just do all of them like that. My Radar Watch, I'll go first for these first 2 episodes. I'm going to go with Nerese.
Ooh.
She wasn't on it a ton. I mean, everybody was kind of on it already, but she didn't really have like a storyline. And she, the way the format works, like everybody's kind of involved one way or another, but I feel like she was able to kind of like skip out on a lot of it.
Good pick. Correct me if I'm wrong. Radar Watch, we have to choose a vet. We can't choose a rookie, right?
I think you can go anybody.
You can go either. The rookie's kind of a cop-out move, but you can go either.
Because I think there's an easy rookie tonight. Andy, you can go first.
Okay. Well, again, the rookie's kind of a cop-out move. With that being said, I'm going to take Cassidy.
Who?
I mean, we were watching an elimination of 2 blonde girls that looked almost identical. And then a third popped up giving a confessional. It was like, whoa. Who is this? I thought all of you were competing against each other right now. What's happening? So I'm going Cassidy.
Yeah. My pick, pretty straightforward. Person was voted in. I think they had 1 confessional in the first episode when they were voted in. I'm going Will.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
That is a good pick.
Do you guys know who had the first confessional of the season?
Bananas?
Nope.
He was Nelson?
Late. He was late. Who?
Nelson?
Nope.
Oh, it was Corey, right?
Nope.
What?
I think it was Brad.
Was it?
Maybe I'll throw up the tape right now. I think it was Brad. Because
You
I
brought that
wanted
up
to see little things of what did I write down? We got the bananas backpack at 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the first episode. I wanted to see like little things like that. just so classic. So I'll look that up, but we'll go our favorite segment of the night. You guys know what to do. MVP, LVP. First one in the chat tonight will be our order. My guess, timeout, Andy, but I'm going to go Andy, Trevor, Alex for my guess.
I'm gonna go Alex, Andy, Trev. Are we doing episode 1 MVP, LVP, and then also episode 2, or just for the night?
Is the delay that bad?
It's all combined.
It's all combined, like Radar Watch. All right, episode 2, Radar Watch. Who you got, Andy?
Trev, before I give my MVP pick, what did you think about Deb's celebration?
God, that was crazy. She showed her tits in front of the camera for us. I mean, that was one of the crazier celebrations I think we've seen on the challenge. Like, remember Laurel when she got DQ'd against Ninja or whatever? You know, she was doing like the chop and stuff, and like she was going apeshit. This girl literally lifted her fucking shirt up.
I'm sure Mr. Chubb is proud.
He's hoping the Browns do well.
Oh, come on.
All right. My MVP for both of these episodes tonight, I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going the Banana Man to win an elimination. I mean, there's a world where he's not in half of what we're watching tonight. He just goes home episode 1, and we don't think about him again, kind of like what happened last season. But just the combination of winning the elimination episode 1, and then episode 2, he ends it in a bathtub with a 26-year-old rookie. Like, I mean, what better performance to have tonight? So I'm just going to give it to Bananas.
Letty said she was 29. And the only reason I bring that up is she would have had to have crossed paths with Romeo.
Oh, that's where she's from. She's from New Albany. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna pose the question, and I was trying to look it up. At what point, and we're just doing this from our challenge fandom perspective, but at what point does Lette pass Romeo as the most important New Albany high school alum, at least the past 10 years, I'd say? Is it if she wins an elimination? Is it already? Like, when is it?
Well, she said she was in WWE for a year and a half. So was she a professional athlete for longer than him already?
Maybe. I feel like Romeo bounced around for 3 years. I don't know.
It's a good question.
Simmons,
if it's not now, it's very soon.
Yeah.
Especially if she does end up hooking up with the Banana Man.
Right. I just threw on the first episode, and Brad was the first confessional.
Wow.
Face of the challenge. Eyes of the challenge.
Face of the challenge. My MVP tonight is going to be... There's a lot of answers I could do. But I actually thought my experience of... I'm trying to word this correctly. Profanity?
Okay.
Like, I'm trying to say like TVMA, I guess, or whatever, but like the explicit, like straight raw content, I think it makes the show a lot better. And I think don't know so too. If you guys felt like it was worse or better. Like, I like that stuff. I like seeing everything non-edited. It's kind of hard knocky, but like, I don't know. I like it.
It's like explicitness instead of ridiculousness.
Ooh, I like that. Can that be it? And I'll put a little asterisk next to it and say Andy's term. I like that.
Sure.
And then you can put after that, if you agree, you can put yeah.
Come on.
No, wouldn't it be like fuck? God,
it's so dumb.
Oh.
All right. Andy, what do you got, MVP?
My MVP is going to be the rookie rankings.
Oh, God.
The rookie rankings, they don't disappoint. Did anyone pick up on who the first 3 captains were? Chris, he was a 4, very high ranking. Anna Lee, 3, maybe 4. to which point I got some flack saying Annalie's not going to be good. She finishes as a captain. And then lo and behold, the face of the rookie rankings, Justin, rounds out the captains. It's just, it's a formula that always works. It worked flawlessly last season. It's already off to a hot start this year.
There you go. LVP, Andy, who you got?
I'm going to say Keanu. And the rookie rankings did have him as a 4, maybe 5, but the rookie rankings aren't always right. So, it's not like 100% right. But Keanu's just doing too much. He looks good on paper. I think he's still going to be a problem, but he's kind of getting in his own way. And he did that with CT in the first episode where he was trying to like force his strategy onto him. And it's like, all right, relax, buddy. And then episode 2, he did the same thing with his own teammate, Adrian. So it's just like, just let the game come to you. You're a rookie. Relax.
Good pick. Good pick. My LVP tonight, I'll go pretty chalky with this one. I'm going Cedric. I think we had, as a vet, I wanted him to go a little further. I mean, went to a final last year. The performance that he had tonight against somebody who's 20 years younger, and I understand it's arguably the greatest player of all time. Excuse me, the greatest player of all time.
Thank you.
I mean, he got mopped to actually, I mean, it was what? Would you say there were 40 posts, 20 on each side to start, give or take? And you get dog walked. You have to be down 20 posts in that little Mario Party mini game. I mean, holy shit, dude. That is bod, and not the bod in a good way.
It was bod.
God.
It's a good pick.
Wait, did you have Cedric number 2 in your rankings?
Me?
No, Andy. Where did you have Cedric? Didn't you have him?
He wasn't a rookie
No.
this year.
No. The rankings, the actual rankings, not the. Didn't somebody have him in the top 4?
Oh, I think I did have him
I think
really
you had him
high.
2.
Yeah, but those rankings don't matter. The only rankings that matter are the rookie rankings.
We'll have to go to our. I see the challenge historian at work.
Cedric was.
What did Andy have him at? I want to say it was high.
I think I had him too.
God,
Andy had him too.
But you know what I always say: if you ain't first, you're last.
Oh, there you go. All right, Alex, what do you got?
My LVP is going to be CT.
Ooh,
Just fat, complaining. I think his new thing this year is his hair. Like last year, he was just kind of like fat and gross. Now he's like fat and has this like long, curly, like gross, sweaty, greasy, just fat hair. And like I'm just kind of out on that. And I'm out on complaining about the voting and all of that. Like it seems like I don't know. Like I remember when he lost last season, like thinking that, there's always a chance he could come back like rejuvenated in better shape. He's kind of done it before, maybe not to this extent, but done it before. And he kind of just looks like season 41 CT again. So I'm out on CT right now.
Everything about him just looks like it stinks. He just looks like a smelly guy.
oh my God. Well, again, we'll attach Andy's GoFundMe below. I mean, this is out of control. Andy, any other comments tonight? Thank you. And that was Talking Andy tonight. Anything else, Alex?
No, I mean, just, thanks for all of our listeners and people in the live chat tonight. Appreciate it. I know this was a weird kickoff because it was Paramount Plus. We didn't know how many episodes there was going to be. I would assume, Trev, that next week is going to be just one episode, probably dropped on Wednesday. I don't know if it's going to be an hour like episode 1 or 48 minutes like episode 2. Who knows? I think next week for episode 3, week 2, but episode 3, I think it'll be a lot easier for us to coordinate everything, and we'll kind of get back on track for these live shows.
Mikey, I could not agree more.
Can you?
Oh my God!
All right,
we're wrapping this up because of Andy. This is bad. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I've been your host, Trevor. You can follow us on Twitter at Stir the Pod. You can follow us on Instagram at Stir_the_pod. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Shout out Duffy. Bye-bye.
love you guys.
Oh, good night, George. Good night, Mason.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.